Oh, you said? Oh, so we can go. Right. Okay, well, welcome everybody to tonight's broadcast of Hudson Raiders soccer. We are at Hudson Raider Stadium, and we have a matchup here between the two powerhouses of the Big Rivers Conference, the host home team Hudson Raiders in blue, playing from right to left on your screen, and the Eau Claire Memorial Old Abes in white, playing from left to right on your screen. We certainly welcome fans from both teams tuning in. Looks like we have a good crowd already logged in on the YouTube channel and probably more on Facebook. So great to have you, and it should be a great match. I'm Jeff. I'm joined by my friend Amory here on the announcing booth. So Amory, what are you thinking about this game tonight?
Yeah, this should be a fun one. You know, the two powerhouses of the Big Rivers Conference as we enter the Big Rivers Conference tournament play. And again, Memorial comes in here with a solid record, and their one loss in conference is to these Hudson Raiders. And their record coming in 10-5. And again, just the Raiders this year have been dominant. Top 5 team in the state all year. Still yet to lose a game and yet to give up a goal since the 30th of August. So
pretty exciting. So we have a corner kick here for the Old Abes. Low ball. Raiders defense handles that well, sends it out. This will be a throw-in deep in their own territory. So the Old Abes again getting some opportunities here, but corner kick didn't yield much. I don't really like those low balls in myself. I don't know if that was purposeful or a mishit, but shallow throw in. Raiders get that ball cleared to some degree, but Eau Claire back on the attack here. As Amory shared, these teams played earlier this season at Eau Claire Memorial, and the Raiders won that game by a score of 4-0. It was 0-0 at halftime, so tightly contested in the first half. But then the Raiders really just took over in the second half with the 4 goals. And as Amory said, Raiders defense has just been unstoppable this year with Parker Strumke in goal, and it's really a hats off acknowledgement for no goals to the whole team, though, because if you watch our offense, our forwards, they're defending the ball everywhere on the field. So that's how you keep possession of the ball and keep the score down.
yeah, again, we're just going to see a little feeling out process. Again, these teams haven't played since early. Fan as well, if you're an old Abe fan coming in here trying to pull off a big upset against one of the powerhouses in the state this year.
You bet. Yeah, Raiders are undefeated in the conference and undefeated on the entire season. Just one tie is the only non-win. And Eau Claire Memorial, it looks like, is 10-5 on the season, and one defeat out of those in the conference. So should be a fun match here. And these teams, this may not be the last time they see each other, because these teams tend to end up playing each other in the sections at some point as well. So should be a fun one here. Quick take there. Oh! All right, so who do we have there? That was, yeah, Powell. Managed to stay on side. It was close, but the side judge was right there, and he stayed on side and got himself an opportunity. It's a tough angle to score at, though. Sometimes it's easy to think, well, he got open, he should be able to score that goal, but that's a tough angle.
Yeah, their goalie, Will Nordstrom, again, one of the top goalies in the BRC along with Strumke. So 2 guys tonight that are going to be heavyweight fighters, as we say in boxing terms, stuff like that. Just
exactly.
two guys that are going to be guys that are going to get a lot of accolades at the end of this year. And again, that 4-0 score last time these teams met, not a reflection of what this Memorial team really is.
Yeah, agreed. Those 4 goals, I remember them clearly, were all the Raiders' 4 goals were largely really spectacular goals, and And no matter who you are as a goalkeeper, you can't stop some shots. So
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
that's what we ran into. But it does start with the goalkeepers, and these are both solid keepers. So, all right, Raiders had the ball down. Now you see the Old Abes bringing it up the field themselves. It was kind of fun at the away game at Eau Claire Memorial. They did not have a stadium to play in for soccer for forever. And I guess the football team or whatnot did not want the soccer team on the stadium grass field. But over the course of last summer, Eau Claire Memorial got a turf field, which allowed the first night game in years, I think, at Eau Claire Memorial to be played. So that was kind of fun. All right, Strumke picks it up. He's going to let his team move up the field a bit. Let's put the ball over. Will Cook chasing it with a little. There's a lot of heat on that ball and a tough angle for Will to catch up to. But you keep trying.
Yeah, Anderson with a nice interception there. Memorial looking for Drew Hudson out there, and one of their star players alongside, as well Dylan O'Connell, their captain.
Good take and move by Kelvin Lassard there, number 18 in the center. Brings it back and resets to the defense. Up to Cook, does a nifty turn. But tries putting that ball through, and Memorial defense was strong there. Cook again in the center of the field with the ball now. Trying to get it out to Rebeas. Does a nice little heel pass. Lassard gets it. He's got the edge. Sends across a nice little ball there. Rebeas on it, takes a big kick. Blocked by the defense. Vega on it in the corner. And it's a good take by Eau Claire Memorial. You can't see it out there, but there's a spectacular moon rising.
Yeah, there's.
Right now.
I think it's the one full moon of the.
Yeah, it's spectacular. It's going to be amazing in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, when it gets above those trees. Again, just a beautiful night for soccer. A little chilly, but again, we're getting into the fall weather in Wisconsin, so why not?
Exactly.
Why not have a nice little long sleeve weather as we see Cone Miller there
Good clear by Miller. Kind of a tough bouncing ball, and he one-times it out, which is nice. Eau Claire will have the throw. We're moving into the 9th minute. Score remains 0-0. Ball movement by the Raiders. Nice turn by Rebeas. That's two straight.
It was a good idea there. He had Poole on the run, just play the defender instead of his own man, and forces a Raider throw deep in Memorial territory.
Yeah, you see that in these games where you're playing elite level competition too. Is you have to make fast decisions, and they're not always the right decisions, but if you think slow, you're going to lose the ball every time.
Yeah, exactly.
So you gotta just do something, because these teams are both fast and they play tight. So. All right, Poole back on it in the center, gets it back to Lassard. Raiders pushing it out wide.
Yeah, so far in this match, you can see Gage Haas, number 21 for Memorial, really locking down Vega on the wing and not allowing him to show off that that speed that we know he has to get balls in on the net.
Yeah, you'll often see that with top teams, that there's speed everywhere, and you got to test it from time to time. But then when you find the speed doesn't work, you have to use some foot skills to create the space and look for those crosses. And big collision there on Lassard. Probably leaned in a little bit more than he should have, and gets the foul. It happens.
Yeah, again, just a little incidental contact there, nothing that warrants a yellow card or anything like that. And see Nordstrom come up and take this kick for the old Abes.
Ball gets through, and Strumke wisely boots it out.
You can see some of the Memorial players and their coach on the sideline looking for a handball there, but again, just off Heckman's chest, and Strumke's scrambling, just kicks it out of bounds. And again, so far it's just kind of been a balanced attack. Memorial has a few more opportunities on net than the Raiders do so far, but again, no real scoring chances so far for either team as we approach the 12-minute mark.
Goal kick here for the Raiders. Actually, it's a free kick off of the offsides, and the refs are repositioning where the kick should be. I think momentarily Strumke maybe thought that was a goal kick.
Yeah, he did.
It's easy to get a little off on that in a big match. Serious push off there at number 6, so called by the ref, and that's back and forth with Lassard. And
yeah, their captain O'Connor there just a little too physical with that ball in the air, and you can see the ref play the advantage, but again, just the Raiders kind of relentlessly, the size, the physicality, the speed. A lot of these teams so far this year just haven't been able to match that.
some subs coming in for the Raiders at about the 13-minute mark.
Yeah, number 12, Xavier Island into the game for the Raiders. For Cohen Miller, as well as number 13, Giovanni Morales.
Some substitutions for the Raiders. Number 12, Xavier Island, number 13, Giovanni Morales, and number 14, Kieran Britz are in. Number 3, Diego Vega, number 15, Joe Heckman, and number 2, Cohen Miller are out.
See, Eau Claire Memorial's playing a much more physical match than the last time they played, so they are definitely trying to counteract some of what the Raiders do with being very physical.
Yeah, again, like we mentioned, it was a 0-0 ball game at halftime last time these two teams played, and that's something to keep an eye on is the Raiders' depth. A lot of depth at every position for this Raiders team. A lot of guys who have a lot of skill, and for Memorial, you can kind of tell on the bench there's not a lot of guys. It's very little depth. So again, as this match wears on, with how cold it is and how heavy you got to breathe as we get later in this match, that's something to keep an eye on.
There's a nice ball through, but just too many steps ahead. Just a couple steps off, and nicely played by Eau Claire Memorial's keeper. Oh, that's a big punt. Wow. That's a big punt.
Yeah, it was. You get that from about like the 5 to...
Yeah, that was about an 80-yard kick.
Yeah. Yeah, like we mentioned.
I'm not always impressed, but that was kind of impressive.
Yeah, Will Nordstrom, he's been a guy at Memorial for a long time as well. A guy that a lot of these guys are familiar with playing club as well. A really solid keeper as well with Strumke, so.
Sure. We're going to So it looks like we have fixed our audio difficulties, and hopefully you are hearing us loud and clear. Kathleen, you popped in the chat that you weren't hearing us. Maybe you can pop back in and make sure you are hearing us now. We sure hope you are. So welcome to everyone officially to this match with the Raiders in blue playing from right to left on your screen, and the Eau Claire Memorial Old Abe's in white, the visiting team, playing from left to right on your screen. So it's been a lot of back and forth. My name's Jeff. I'm joined here by my friend Amory, who played soccer with a lot of these Raider guys against these Eau Claire Memorial Old Abe's. And Amory, it's been a pretty solid back and forth match so far.
Yeah, it has, kind of what we expected between these two powerhouses, like we mentioned with the technical difficulties we had. Both these teams come into this match very high, a lot of expectations as we get very close to the playoffs. And again, the Raiders are a top 4 team in the state, yet to lose a match and yet to give up a goal since the 30th of August, as well as handing this Memorial team their only loss in conference. 6-1 in conference for these Old Abe's, and their one loss comes that 4-0 loss to the Raiders on their home turf. So they're looking to come in here with a lot of energy and a lot of passion to pull off a big upset for them as we look towards the playoffs in a couple weeks.
Good recap, and here we go. Eau Claire's on the attack. A lot of defense in the way, and good disruption there by the Raiders.
Yeah, that was Quinn Packard out there. The captain.
Just drawing a blank on names for some reason tonight. Full moon must have some effect on me.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, it's getting up there now, and it's a beautiful night for some soccer. And
I've got older eyes. Amory's a high school guy, so he's got the eyes that I don't have. So
as we see a foul here on the Old Abe's as Lassard goes down, just adjusting his socks there. As you see Jack Poole, this is kind of that set piece that the last time these two teams played, Jack Poole pulling a beautiful shot, an unsavable goal into the top right corner of the net. And so we'll see what kind of runs the Raiders have.
Here we go. It's a nice ball, right where you want it there, but Old Abe's are on it. Highland heads it over. Rubeus pops it back. That's not Rubeus, that's
Morales. The older brother, Giovanni Morales.
Big ball in. And nicely stopped by Will Nordstrom. Although I'm not sure he was fully ready for that. He kind of was standing there a little more relaxed, and then he noticed the ball was zipping in, but good grab nonetheless. Cook with the head over.
Yeah, beautiful touch there by Cook. Springs Lassard on the wing, and see if we can get a ball in here.
Raiders throw.
Yeah, Gage Haas out there, kind of all night so far in these first 20 minutes has really dominated that corner defensively for the Old Abe's. As you can see him eliminate Lassard from the play.
We again appreciate everybody's patience with the audio. Even in this day and age, things like that happen. And if you go back and watch the recorded version, we should have sound for the entire game, but it was the live stream audio that wasn't clicking right. So glad we could get that all fixed. Our team of Nikos and Sam here in the booth got that fixed nicely, so thanks again for your patience. A little chip in there, but Strumke's all over it. The thing you'll notice with Will Nordstrom and Parker Strumke when you look at elite goalies is their ability to just grab those balls out of the air, and they don't punch it out unless they absolutely have to. They don't mess around and kind of bat the ball down to catch it. They catch it pure. That's a great ball. Oh, tough angle, though. Cook is on it, though. He's got it. Brings it back to Lassard. Raiders reset. Packard has it. All right, clear for Eau Claire. Packard keeps it in Raiders' offensive half. Or Teddy Anderson, that was.
No, that was Packard.
Was it?
Yep, you were right.
Okay.
Number 9.
Claire back on the attack, though. We're now almost 21 minutes into the match. This game has flown by 0-0 still. Really no stoppage of play.
Yeah,
so
just a few whistles here and there.
it's a good
That's a good
physical,
ball,
but it's a nice head, but not quite enough on it. That was
Yeah.
Drew Hudson.
Yeah, that's one of their top goal scorers, one of their top players. A guy who will be back next year, only a junior, and just couldn't get enough of his head on there to beat Strumke, and Strumke easily just grabs the ball as Rebellis tries to spring pool there, forces a deep throw inside Old Abe territory. As we'll see a sub come in here as we see Will Cook depart, and the younger Morales brother, Adrian Morales, checking the game. You have to see any subs for these Old Abes, so again, something to keep an eye on is the Raiders kind of rotating guys in and out. That's what longtime head coach Steve Solomon has kind of done, is get some fresh legs, get a lot of fresh guys, save some of your starters to eat big minutes as this game progresses on. And Memorial just not a lot of depth this year for them.
Yeah, it does make it challenging. It makes it tight usually in the beginning, but then when second half comes along, those legs get more tired. You know, these guys are high school guys. They don't always go to bed early like they should before game time, right?
Yeah.
And they have school all day. It can wear you down, but all it takes is one, right?
Yep.
Great ball over. Oh.
Ball still loose. Oh.
Oh, Rabeus with a great drive to the end line, pops it back. Jack Poole right there, just not able to. His body wasn't in the right place, and that's not his fault. It's the timing of everything, which is always tricky in soccer, right? And he still got a foot on it, and it caused a lot of trouble down there. But Will Nordstrom again comes up big for the Old Abes.
Yeah, like we mentioned with these elite goalies, it's the patience. You see Nordstrom just kind of wait till he sees the ball and lunges out of his line to make a nice save. And again, the Raiders kind of get some threatening scoring chances as this game progresses, dominating the offensive half as we see Sam Olsen progress the ball up here to Jack Poole.
Well, this is not just it's a physical, intense game, so it's both mentally and physically draining. And 24 minutes in, it can start to wear you down a little bit. And like you said, with no subbing going on, we'll see where that takes things. But so the Raiders they got a three-man set. They like to play a little deception on these balls sometimes. They usually start doing this right about now. They didn't do a lot of this during the regular season, but they try to throw in some new wrinkles with the postseason coming around. So referee marches off the required 10 yards. Raiders have Poole, Packard, and Lassard up top.
Oh, good shot.
Poole blasts it and sends it wide.
That's the second time we've seen that. The ball just go a hair wide. And again, Nordstrom, you can kind of tell, read that ball really well, had the post covered if that had a chance to go in. But again, just...
It was a good shot from 30 yards out.
Exactly.
Especially a dead ball, too, can be...
Yeah.
It's sometimes you like it moving in on you when you want to really tag it, but it was a good shot. Raiders send it across. It's going to get picked up by the Old Abes. No scoring doesn't just affect the players, it affects us announcers too, because I can't get to the chat that I always like to give people a shout out that logged in. We just haven't had any breaks in the action here.
Yeah,
so,
the pace of play tonight it's a step up compared to a lot of the games we've seen. Last week against Eau Claire North.
Sard's got it. He's going to try to get it out with his speed and size. Good tenacious defense there from number 20, Matthew Wanke of the Old Abes. But the Raiders get the throw, and we have Xavier Island ready to take this throw.
Springs free.
Not a solid clear. That was dangerous. Rapaeus is there with the rebound and just he put it over the goal. He hit it a little early, but you don't have time to wait, you know, in the scoring area either. So.
Exactly.
So goal kick for the Old Abes.
We'll see the first 2 subs come in the game for the Old Abes.
Here we go. All right. So I'm seeing my usual friends,
Substitutions for
Josefina.
both sides. For the Raiders, number 11, Will Cook is in for number 18, Calvin Lassard.
No. He's off on that one.
Yeah, number 10. So Will Cook checks in for number 10, Jack Poole, the captain. And
Here we go.
both those guys.
Back at it. Little.
Correction, that was for Jack Poole.
Okay, Raiders again getting closer and closer, it feels like.
Yeah, good job by Nordstrom there, just coming off his line, eliminating any chance for Rebellis to even get a touch on that to try to finish it. And we see a big boot again from Nordstrom.
Xavier Island just getting mauled from behind, and the ref lets the advantage play out. I think they would have preferred a free kick there, but
Yeah, you like the referee letting them play a little physical. Again, a big match, as we mentioned. Just let the boys throw the body around a little bit, and if it gets to that point, call the foul. As we see, what the Raiders are known for, their specialty is those set pieces, and we'll see a big corner here, and we'll have Will Cook take that. We see Teddy Anderson come in from his defensive position to add another body.
here we go. Sometimes the Raiders play a little short game with 2 guys. This one's going right. Yeah, hits it low.
Oh,
It's
good
not a bad
touch.
play.
Oh.
I couldn't see where the goalkeeper was. I thought maybe
Right
he
behind.
was out further.
Yeah, they had Adrian Morales right in front of that keeper, and then he kind of stepped up, got on side, and again almost pounded it with that back heel, but Nordstrom right there to make a nice save.
Took a little mishit on the punt there. Kind of a weird spinner. The Raiders pick it up. Claire puts a big through ball, but way too far, so Strumke's going to pick that up. I'm going to go through the chat quick. We have Josefina Martinez, as usual, and Juan Amal tuned in from Spain, as usual. Always great to have you tuning in. And then Karen Valez and Kathleen Wanke. Hope I'm saying those names right, or Kevin Valez. So again, thank you all for tuning in. We always love people to post who they're rooting for, where they're from, etc. I don't care if you're from Eau Claire or Hudson for that. We just appreciate all of our viewers and welcome you to do so. All right, we are closing in now. We're at about the 29-minute mark. Our score remains 0-0.
Oh, good ball. Beautiful ball there from Sam Olsen.
Cook's on it. He's going to send it out. Little. Robeas was going inside. Ball went outside. All Claire can do is send it out, though, and the Raiders will have a throw in. Ball comes into Lassard. And again, poked out by Eau Claire.
Yeah, that's Wanky out there. We've talked a lot about these 2 outside defenders for Memorial. Both played really well in this first half, as we're going to see a foul on Memorial, kind of a shove in the back there by their captain, Dylan O'Connor. We'll see where the ref spots this ball.
He's going to have to spot it outside.
Yeah, just outside the 18.
It was definitely, oh boy, it was. I just watched the replay. It was darn close. So I'll give the referee the benefit of the doubt. My first thought it was definitely in the box, but big blast, but sends it wide and high. It's all right.
Yeah, what we noticed is so far it's the Raiders as this half ticks on, they've kind of dominated the time of possession. They've dominated inside the offensive zone, just haven't been able to put one in on Nordstrom. And again, that's, as we mentioned, something to keep an eye on. Is we'll see a lot of these guys rotate in, rotate out, and for Memorial, only 2 subs so far.
Yeah, and you can look at the shots on goal as being quite even, 4 for the Raiders, 3 for the Old Abes, but Raiders probably have 6 or 7 really good scoring opportunities that were just shots that were high or wide that don't count as those shots on goal. So
yeah,
that's a different story of the offense there. All right, Cook's on it. tries to time it right to Lassard, does.
Oh, he's got him. He's off, yep.
Yeah,
Just a step offside.
Yeah.
Again, this game kind of has that feel to the first matchup. Just a little more physical, a little more energy in this game. But
Yeah.
again, just that same, both these teams, one team known for their defensive prowess and the other team known for their offensive prowess. And look at this Raiders team, the first 3 top goal scorers in the BRC are all Hudson Raiders. So
Yeah, pretty amazing. And the really exciting part of that is 2 of those 3 scorers will be back next year.
Yep.
Right?
And one of them will be back for another 2 years.
Yeah,
So,
so we're talking, just so everybody's clear, we're talking Will Cook, Calvin Lassard, and who's the third one?
Jack Poole.
Jack Poole's there, and actually Paul Rebeas is right
as
there
well, yeah.
as well. They're all pushing into 10 goals or so each this season, and that's just balance that makes it tough to defend when you've got, and on top of that, 14 Raiders have scored this year.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so those guys have had the majority, but there's a lot of guys that can put that ball in the goal. Right, Claire gets it down, but it's going to end up being a goal kick for the Raiders.
Yeah, nice defending out there by Kieran Britz. Shields the captain, Dylan O'Connor, and forces a goal kick here for Strumke, who's kind of had in the last 15 minutes, kind of a boring half for him, just kind of standing back there and just trying to stay warm as the night goes on and it gets colder here.
That is a challenging side for goalkeepers on a cool night.
Substitution for the Raiders, number 10, Jack Poole is in. Number 23, Adrian Morales is out.
Exactly, as we see the captain, Jack Poole, checking the game for the younger Morales brother, Adrian Morales.
The Raiders are going to be going for these last 7 minutes at full speed now to try to, they'd love to walk into halftime with a score. Packard on it, tries to thread a little needle there, but disrupted by the Old Abes. They're trying to send a high, long ball over there to Cook, but, you know, one of the crafty things of Will Cook is he doesn't always challenge for that ball because he knows a lot of times it's not going to come off clean, and then he picks it off.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
A high ball like that can be tough to trap down, and Cook often will let the defender trap it down, but then it bounces off and he just picks it off and goes. So I like that. I like that strategy in his play.
Yeah. Again, a guy who's only a sophomore. And he's kind of one of the catalysts of this Raiders team, alongside Lassard, Poole, and Rebelis.
Xavier Island on it. Gets around, sends the ball across. Nice play. It's going to head over, and that is going to give the kick. Plays her down. Thought he might let it out for a corner. Tries to send a nice ball across. Nobody home, though.
Oh. Brish just kind of overran that ball, but good thing Anderson's right there.
Yeah, good step up there by Teddy Anderson.
Yeah, otherwise Drew Hudson was off to the races one-on-one with Strumke, but again, that's what we've kind of come accustomed to seeing is this Raiders team is aggressive. They'll leave 1 or 2 guys back and just push everybody, especially as we get closer to the halftime whistle. Good use of the body there by Anderson and just forces Hudson off the ball. That's Drew Hudson, as we are the Hudson Raiders. But yeah, forces Hudson off the ball. Hudson was looking for a foul there, but no foul to be called, and it'll be a Raider throw-in.
All right, they're throwing here for the Old Abes. We have our full moon in full view. Spectacular setting for the Raiders game tonight.
No, it's beautiful.
A lot of congestion there. Tough to do much with the ball, but Claire gets it off, and they reset.
Ball back.
And Raiders defense is swarming.
Schroeder just sends it high, but again, nerve-wracking moments there as we get close to this halftime whistle with about 4 minutes remaining before the whistles. We only play 40 minutes here in high school, and again, just sends it a little wide and a little high.
Yeah. Yeah. Guys get rushed in these games, not just because of the speed of the game, but it's also just the excitement.
Exactly.
And that's usually when you see the ball go high. The Raiders had really sort of taken control, but now Eau Claire is sort of stepping up here in the last few minutes.
Yeah, you can see the Memorial kind of being the aggressive team now in these final few minutes and forcing the Raiders to make some careless mistakes as the ref lets that play. It plays the advantage.
All right, we are down to close to 3 minutes left in the half, folks. When halftime hits, we'll take a 10-minute break. You can take a little break yourself, grab a snack, let the dog out, do what you got to do, but we'll be back in 10 minutes when the halftime hits, just so you know. We hope to see everybody back again to see the conclusion of this, because it's going to be a doozy, I have a feeling. Nice play out there by the Raiders. Going to send a chip up. Bass was there, but took a tough bounce. Sards got it. Lots of defense back for Memorial now.
Oh, he's off.
That's offside big time.
Just off by a step, and that's, again, just good defending there by Memorial, kind of forcing their line kind of higher than these Raiders were used to, and you can see a couple early offsides, and again, just the offside there on Cook. As we approach 2 minutes left, and again, I think both these teams are going to be pretty aggressive in these final two, trying to find the back of the net. Because I have a feeling the first team to put a ball in the back of the net might be the victor of tonight's match.
It very well could be tonight. So Raiders going to play it all the way back to Strumke. Probably a wise play there. We're on under 2 minutes left in the half.
Touch outside the pool.
Raiders kind of giving back their own physical play here, which referee's letting everybody play. Island with the ball gets it up to Lassard.
Oh, nice move out there.
By Lassard. Sends it in, and again, beautiful play, but it's all timing, and you can't blame it on anybody in those situations, but it's a nice play.
Yeah, you could tell he's looking for Olsen, who was kind of streaking in on a run from the 18 and just out of his outstretched foot. And again, but that's just a nifty move there by Calvin Lassard.
1 minute to play in the first half. 1 minute.
Let's get the 1 minute over the PA system, and
Play there by Sam Olsen, kind of keeping that ball alive for the Raiders.
yeah, nice touch out there to Giovanni Morales. Is Olsen to draw a foul here, and we'll see how this will be a quick set piece and get the ball in with 15 seconds remaining. Oh,
that is, I have to disagree with that call by the referee.
I for sure thought that was fair ball, but
I'm not
8,
sure how Olsen
7,
fly.
6, 5,
Have the foul,
4,
but it is what it is.
3,
no harm,
2,
no foul.
1.
Actually, there was a foul.
yeah.
Folks, we'll see you back in 10 minutes for the exciting conclusion of this match. All right, welcome back, everyone, to the second half of tonight's powerhouse matchup of the hometown Hudson Raiders in blue, playing from left to right on your screen this second half, and the visiting Eau Claire Memorial Old Abe's in white, playing from right to left on your screen. Was a tightly contested first half. I'd give the slight edge to the Raiders in time of possession and scoring opportunities, but we got a lot of soccer left here. So what do you think?
Again, like you mentioned, just a great first half for both teams. Again, deadlocked at 0-0, and we'll see who can put the ball in the net first tonight. And like we mentioned, kind of this whole game, these are two juggernauts. These are two of the BRC's best, and expect to probably play again sometime in the playoffs as we get down the road. But at the end of the half, Memorial kind of took over a little bit there, a little more aggressive. So we'll see how they come out with this half as we see them get some nice penetration inside the Raiders zone to start the half.
Yeah, it's been an exciting match and should be a solid second half here. The first matchup between these teams about a month and a half ago or so was very similar, 0-0 in the first half, and now we'll see what happens. In that match, the Raiders really took it to the Old Abes, scoring 4 goals in the second half to close out that win. But it's a very different day here, and we'll see what happens. Ball's out of bounds. Raiders will get the throw deep in their own territory. It's largely a beautiful night, but it's cooling down considerably. Really no wind. The flag is barely moving, so a good night for soccer other than a little bit cool.
Nice ball there by Miller, and just a little too far for Jack Poole, and Memorial turn it right around and head back as Miller sends it again, and Poole's got a chance here if he can turn on the Jets.
This is officially what they call the Big Rivers Conference Tournament.
Yeah.
And it's not really a tournament. It's just more conference matches
Yep.
to some degree. So these games do matter, though, for conference, for whoever wins the conference title. So it'll be a big win. If the Raiders can win it, they'd have a 2-game advantage with a couple games left. So a lot on the line here. You like the pride of winning the conference.
Exactly.
I just talked to Athletic Director Aaron Moan of the Hudson, and they will be seeding the section tomorrow, though. So,
yep.
So this game matters a lot, actually.
Yeah, it doesn't.
If these two teams weren't kind of randomly playing tonight, the Raiders would probably have the number 1 seed locked up. But depending how tonight goes, it might change.
Yeah, you look, and the Raiders still undefeated, a top 5 team in the state, a team that a lot of talk around school, a lot of talk around the community of, look, we expect this team to be in Milwaukee in a few weekends, and again, just you have to kind of tone down that comfortability, tone down those voices that you hear at school, in the community, and just continue, because again, Memorial's here and they want to win this match just as bad as the Raiders do. Tie up the conference with 1 or 2 matches left as the Raiders head to New Richmond on Thursday to play a pretty solid New Richmond Tigers squad.
That's right. All right. Throw in for the Old Abes. Raiders get it up to Vega. Olsen with the clear. Raiders will get a throw in here. Quentin Packard grabbing that ball to take the throw.
Oh, nice
touch. Oh, nice little ball. Cook's got it.
Good shot. Tip wide there by Nordstrom. He got his low glove on there. Big save there. And like we've kind of talked about, this whole match is, at the end of the day, it's going to come down to which keeper can keep the ball in the net. Both these guys, first, second team, all conference goalies, and Will Nordstrom up to the task there on a big save by the shot by Will Cook with a beautiful ball in there.
Great ball in it. Oh, man.
Yeah.
And Raiders close to opportunities, and header just timed a little wrong, angle wrong.
Yeah, a whole host of Raiders in there. I think Anderson was the one that elevated up, got his head on it, just flicked it a little wide. And again, the Raiders pushing it to start this half. We'll see how worn down this Memorial squad is. Again, only subbing twice that whole first half. Ooh, nice move. That was a nice move by Drew Hudson out there, and got the edge and almost found the corner, almost beat Strumke, but Strumke able to, not sure if he got a paw on that or not, but doesn't look like he did, and ball goes wide for a goal kick for Strumke.
Yeah, it's got to be pinpoint accurate to score from that
Yeah.
angle, but it's you still got to take that shot. So, and sometimes you hope somebody's coming in or that the goalkeeper might just get their hand on it and someone else trails in. So certainly a good idea to put that ball on goal. Kind of a miss hit there, so Raiders are going to try to take advantage. A lot of limbs flying around down
Yeah.
there. Clear for the Old Abes.
Miller just kind of gets it caught up in his feet, and that's Drew Hudson there, and able to take it away plays a nice ball in, and Packard clears it out of harm's way for the Raiders. Ooh, nice move there.
Good take by Packard and a clear. It'll be an Old Abes throw in. We're about 6 minutes into the second half. Our score remains 0-0. Raiders throw.
Yeah, an unforced error there by Memorial. Just no communication by either guy, and ball goes out of bounds. Raiders now on the attack. We'll see a Memorial throw here, and again, so far this half it's been a lot of boot and run, a lot of balls in the air, just not finding feet, not finding much for either squad. As Memorial has a nice opportunity for a shot and just goes wide, not anywhere near the net.
Strumke lining up for the goal kick here. It's a great crowd here for those of you watching from places other than Eau Claire and Hudson. These cities are not that far apart. They're about an hour's drive up by 94 from each other, and so easy commute for fans and families. Both guys locked up there. Referee decides to call it on Cook. I think that could have maybe gone either way, but Cook may have kind of had his arm locked in. Yeah, he's kind of locking up. I could see it on the replay here a little bit. A lot of that going on. It just doesn't always get called.
Yeah, exactly. And especially the way this match has been going, a lot of physicality, a lot of what we like to see out of a physical soccer game is just bodies getting flown around, guys putting their bodies on the line and playing hard soccer, and that's what we've seen tonight. And good to see the refs letting them play a little bit.
Yeah, there's a fine line, and this referee has reffed many games, and he does a good job. And it's a fine line because as the intensity grows, the fouls get a little harder sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
And a little more frequent, and you want to keep this game under control as well. So we'll head over there, miscued.
Yeah, it was a nice idea there by
Cook is on it, sends it out wide.
Memorial.
Chest trap by Revelis. Errant pass, though, picked off. Trying for a long through ball.
Strumke makes a walk in the park, just goes and grabs the ball and goes right back into Lassard. Lassard just dancing with his defender. Finds Poole, and Poole with a beautiful ball
That's
to
a nice
Rebelis.
pass to Revelis.
For Mo to put a ball in here, yeah. And what you'd like to kind of see there is Miller kind of take a touch, settle, and find his defenders instead of rushing it. But again, as we mentioned, this game's high intensity, and you have split seconds to decide what you want to do with the ball when it gets on your foot. So you throw deep in the Raiders zone as Rebelis forces that, and Poole will throw it in.
We're at about the 50-minute mark. Not sure what the referee's signaling something. guys aren't listening, whatever it was.
Yeah, I think he wants to throw deeper in the corner.
Maybe back him up a little bit.
Yeah, like right about the end zone line for football, where this throw will take place, and we'll have Miller come in and look to get a flick on it. Oh, nice head by
Good
Lassard.
hit over, but a little too tight to the goal. Again, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in to the River Channel here for this matchup, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. We do watch the chat in the YouTube channel, but not Facebook. So if you want to give a shout out to your favorite player, please pop it in the chat and we'll give you a shout out. Great matchup here, about 11 minutes into the second half, and the score remains 0-0. If there's a tie, that certainly benefits the Raiders in the standings.
Yep, exactly.
Very heavily. Raiders they're going to finish the season with matches against New Richmond and Rice Lake, both of which they have won pretty handedly. Doesn't mean they'll win them again, but odds are highly in their favor for those. So Eau Claire's chance of picking things off and making a move in the standings is going to have to be tonight.
Great defending there by Anderson. Kind of sits down, stalks is the offensive man for Memorial, and waits for him to make a bad touch and forces the ball out. Is like you mentioned, just for Memorial, it's got to be tonight. For the Raiders, it's Rice Lake, a team that you've handled pretty well, and New Richmond, who's a sneakier team, and then you head down to Madison to play some bigger schools down there, and that's next weekend.
There's communication there by the Raiders, but great defensive play, but a bad bounce, and Raiders get the big clear this time to make sure it's out for a bit so they can reset everywhere.
Strumke will just handle that one easily.
Oof.
yeah, Poole kind of caught that in an uncomfortable, almost forehead area. Just.
Yeah, the shoulder trap move it's newer. When I played for a long time and coached, but I'm a lot older than Amory here, and we never did that because that can kind of hurt.
Yeah.
Cold Steak, whoever you are, thanks for tuning in. And Will Nordstrom is who you're rooting for, and he's having a good game. So
yeah, the senior goalkeeper, kind of the backbone of this Memorial team, and like we mentioned, that 4-0 score last time these two teams played, not a reflection of this Memorial team, and you're kind of seeing the growth of them as well as they match up really well with this Raiders team so far. As we see a beautiful ball in there from Packard.
I don't know if I'll say this right, but Mike and Hall, good to have you tuned in as well, rooting for Teddy Anderson of the Raiders. Tap back, oof. Little trailer on Eau Claire disrupts that play. Raiders defense having good spacing, and
he's got space to rip a shot
for a blast from distance.
Oh, good
little
ball.
chip over. All right, big clear.
Poole's got space if he can get that touchdown.
Gets it up to Cook. Just taps it out.
Yeah, some of those passes tonight for the Raiders just coming up a little short.
Yeah, they have to adjust that a little bit for the speed factor they're seeing here. They don't often see teams with this kind of speed and tenacity, and they're sort of playing like they're not really used to it here. So they'll learn from this either way, but still making a lot of good plays. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
We don't want to discount Memorial as a good defensive team as well. So, but we do see a few more of those passes kind of, that kind of make you shake your head sometimes, but that's what happens when you have to play in a fast-paced environment.
Yeah, and if you're Coach Solom, you like to have this competition, especially as we get closer down to the season. You schedule those games at Madison next weekend against a few really good squads in Verona, and Madison La Follette, and you get ready for the postseason to hopefully go on a big run. And we see Lessard kind of extend his elbows and draws the foul as he goes down.
Watch this play, just kind of see what happened.
Just kind of.
Sure what happened.
Yeah, just kind of fell down a little bit, and.
Yeah, he might have twisted up a little bit on the way down, or muscle might have cramped up a hair.
Yeah, again, it is really cold, so those muscles take a beating in games like this, and.
And high school boys are notorious for not drinking enough on cool days. And
yeah.
You really need that hydration.
Yeah, even on warm days, you see that in football a lot. On Friday nights, a lot of these guys go out with cramping, and soccer as well. Just
right.
You're doing a lot of work, a lot of labor, and your body's just not used to it.
Good give and go. Olson's got it. Sends it across a low ball. Gets picked off by Memorial.
See if Packard tries to get another ball in here. Yeah, there it is.
It sends in a little through ball, too tight to the goal, and Nordstrom's able to pick that off easily. Big boot by Nordstrom.
Yeah, he's got a good leg on him. Just a little miscommunication there between Anderson and Packard, and allows the Old Apes to get deep into this Raiders zone, and goes out for a goal kick. So the first.
Actually, a nice defensive play there by Heckman. Instead of just going straight for the ball, he just held up and forced the Old Ape player to try to make some kind of a move, and he dumped the ball with a miscommunication. But you know, sometimes when you overplay it, the guy just walks around you. So I kind of like that play. You don't see that too often these days.
Yeah, Heckman, a guy who's played a big role on this defensive line
for the Raiders,
of Packard, Heckman, and Anderson, as well as Miller.
Giovanni Morales are in, and number 2, Cohen Miller, and 18, Calvin Lessard are out.
See Lessard get a breather as Giovanni Morales checks in, as well as Xavier Island on the far side.
See Lessard checking in with the trainer.
Yeah, just
probably has a little cramp or a little muscle soreness. Eau Claire on the attack, and they set up from distance. About a 23-yard shot or so.
Yeah,
It's going to have to be a heck of a shot from that distance to get by Strumke, though.
Yeah, exactly. Strumke, a guy who's going to get a lot of accolades when this season ends, a guy who's held a clean sheet for a month and a week now.
Yeah,
so
he really has, and he's had to make some pretty good
big-time
plays
saves
as well. And a couple games ago, he actually got to go out and play in the field, which was kind of fun to see.
Oh yeah,
because he's a good field player too. He's got foot skills and knows how to play.
Yeah, he does. A guy I've played with since I was really little. So
you know.
Yeah, he and I played club soccer for years and years. Goalie tandem. Oh, nice shot by Olson.
Distance.
Oh,
that was a heck of a shot by Sam Olson.
Yeah,
just a hair high.
Yeah, just under the uprights of the football goalpost and above the bar. But again, you love to see that shot from Olson, and from distance, from almost 30 yards, 20 some yards. It's a beautiful shot. Just can't get it off the bar. So Olson with the big head to Vega, and Vega's got some space if he wants it.
Switzerland, Sue, thanks for tuning in. And those must be brothers, Ethan and Spencer Velez, for the Old Abes.
Yeah, or cousins, something like that.
Cousins, yeah, you never know.
Exactly. Oh,
little head over. Missed play. Oh.
Wow. Just unfortunate we could see it on the replay here. And just unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm a Raiders fan, but I don't like that. I hate to see that for anybody.
Yeah, Rebellis just kind of heads it up, and just an awkward angle.
Wow.
Just an awkward angle, and again, not.
That was crazy.
As soccer fans, not what you want to see as the first goal of this match, but again,
here.
Heckman just with a beautiful ball in. Rebellis heads it up,
It
and
did, and then a misheader on the defense.
yeah,
puts it in.
that's Gage Haas out there, and a guy who's played a really great game, and you know he's going to be beating him.
Scoring for the Raiders, number 24, Paul Rebellis.
So Rebellis will get the goal there. He's the last man to touch it for the Raiders, and he'll be unassisted. Is an own goal is what. Not I didn't have that on my bingo card for tonight's match.
I did not. I was not seeing that coming, and it unfortunately it does happen, and it can be the difference maker in a close game like this. But it's all it's going to do is ratchet up the intensity.
Exactly,
now, Amory, and but the Raiders can, they don't want to rest on this either.
No, you still have about 20 minutes remaining in this match, and again, just so far, just a very evenly played match, and just an unfortunate error there by a guy who's had a really great night for the Old Abes. And again, Nordstrom, just nothing you can do there for.
No, it's a helpless feeling, and it's painful. So, but it is what it is, and the Raiders take the lead with the 1-0 score. And as Amory said, about 20 minutes left in this match, so a lot of time, a lot of things can happen. PKs happen, and a lot of ways to equalize. So Raiders have to stay strong and keep playing their game. Corner kick here for Eau Claire. So this is, these are the opportunities every team wants. So we'll see. Raiders defense has to play strong and be aggressive on this.
Ooh, Strumke with the.
And Strumke came out to play the ball, and it got by him, and then luckily nothing snuck by him there. So, all right. Big boot by Strumke.
Oh, yeah, we'll see the bounce, and Poole should run underneath that.
So the clock will be a big factor here in these last 19 and a half minutes or so.
Yeah, it will be, and again.
There'll be some subbing happening probably by the Raiders.
For Memorial, I'm not really sure. I mean,
hard to say, right?
we haven't seen
will do
anything.
it because that's what they do.
Exactly.
But also to work the clock a little bit.
Yep.
And Eau Claire's not going to want the clock stopping, but tough to play an entire game, which they're asking some of these Memorial guys to.
Substitution for the Raiders, number 23, Adrian Morales, is in for number 3, Diego Vega.
And there's some games where guys could play the whole game.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but this is an intense, all-out sprint.
I mean, you've looked for the Raiders. I mean, Packard and Anderson, about the only two guys to stay on the field so far for this whole match, but your big guns of
right.
Cook, Lassard, Rebellis, and Poole all getting breathers, and that's just a compliment to what this Raiders team has is depth, and something going into the playoffs that a lot of teams around the state have on their radar is how deep this Raiders squad is, and how they can have anybody score a goal, like we mentioned, with those 14 different goal scorers. We're going to have a handball here on the Raiders, on Poole, and they'll have a free kick at the 40-yard line for the Old Abes with about 18 minutes remaining in this match, and your Raiders up 1-0 on an own goal by Eau Claire Memorial.
Oh, nice play by Sam Olsen there, disrupting at least.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to see this Raiders team kind of just boot it down, and
a
little bit of boot and run, as we like to call it. But again, you're feeling pretty good if you're Coach Solom. If you're the guys on the bench over there, you know with 17 minutes ish remaining that this isn't. You can't curl up and get comfortable now. You gotta try to get another goal here, and as we see a nice, beautiful ball into Adrian Morales. Gets a nice shot, just deflected away.
I like it. Good effort there by the Raiders.
I really like to see like a nice, beautiful goal here, just kind of.
I know, I would like as much as every goal counts, I'd love to see here, right here. Nope.
Just like that. Got Cook on the far side. But again, if you're a Raiders fan, if you'll take any win, a win's a win, as we say. And
off-balance shot, but the Raiders are starting to put some pressure back on.
Yeah, you can see the Memorial players kind of breathing a little bit heavy. A lot of these guys have logged 64 minutes as we approach that 64-minute mark haven't come out of this match, and as we see 2 substitutions there. And again, just not a lot of depth for this Memorial squad as we're used to seeing a lot of depth for a team like this.
And the air is getting cooler, and it all takes a toll on the lungs and the body.
Exactly, especially with, that you've played a lot of soccer this year so far, so your body's not exactly the freshest it's been. This isn't like we're playing in August. We're in October now, so you've logged 15, 16 games for each team. Your legs are heavy. You're practicing every day. You're going to school now, and again, just a lot of outside factors that lead to some teams you can see really peak at this time. The guys that have really conditioned well, but also some teams kind of hit low spots as they start to see fatigue and injuries. As we see a nice
movement, good ball movement by Memorial, and
deflected away there, and
via corner kick. So this game is far from over.
Exactly.
With about 15 and a half minutes left.
Something you've noticed tonight, I think we've both kind of seen, is Memorial hasn't really got the ball close to the net. A lot of shots away, 18 out, 20, 30-yard shots that just kind of Strumke could take a stroll to the ball if he really wanted to.
Right.
And just not a lot of shots that have really tested Strumke, only that one that.
Nice kick, but just skims off the head of, that was number 20, Matthew Wanke.
Yeah, I think it was actually touched by the Raiders. Yeah.
Yeah, I think after the header it got deflected off a Raider, and they'll have another attempt here. Clock keeps ticking. We're now under 15 minutes left in the match. Another ball right where you want it, but a nice head out by the Raiders. Oh, great play by Xavier Island.
Yeah,
the header and followed it up and made
a
nice
take.
And
he's
Cook's on. He's gonna just kick.
Oh, trickles through, and Morales with a nice left footer.
Morales, he made a nice move, and defense closed in a little too quickly. Poole's on it.
He's looking for a
nice stutter step. Good cross. Nobody home.
Yeah, Rebellis made that run in and just left that backside to Lil Vank, and Will Cook not able to get there. But again, that all started because of Xavier Island.
Great hustle play by Island.
Yeah,
he could have easily headed that ball and just kind of hoped for someone else to do something, but he hightailed it up and won a tough battle there to keep that ball in possession. And that
substitution for the Raiders. Number 14, Kieran Britz is in for number 15, Joe Hackman.
A good minute off that take by Island is now taking about a minute off the clock because they're able to bring it down and then sub and all that stuff. So that all adds up. Hustle plays helped a lot.
Was the advantage again. Nice defending there by Packard, and Britz right there to follow it up, but again, just relentless.
He's got to be careful. Almost a trip.
Yeah. O'Connor with a nice ball in, and just touched wide. Again, looking for a clear. You can hear. I don't know if you could hear that on the broadcast, but you saw him yelling clear, and again, just trying to eat some clock as we approach that just past the 13 minutes remaining in this match. As Cook starter steps with a little flip ball over to Poole, and
something interesting there. Gets out. They're there.
Uncomfortable. Got him.
Yes, there it is.
Beautiful finishing.
What a beautiful play.
We'll see it on the replay, but Nordstrom kind of got uncomfortable. He thought he had somebody on his back post, and he didn't. And Will Cook can't leave that man that wide open.
Scoring for Hudson, number 11,
12 minutes and 40 seconds left. We get a legit goal for the Raiders.
That was textbook goal.
Yeah, Cook kind of
does a quirky little flick pass up to Poole. He dishes it to Rebellis, and man, it was just an alley there.
Yeah.
Nordstrom,
you could tell Nordstrom
Nobody moved on it. Nobody got in the way, and it just kind of wasn't even a high-speed ball.
Yeah.
It trickled through, and Cook is probably the last guy you want to be on the receiving end.
Not a guy you want to do that. And for Will Nordstrom, you're never saving that ball. And it's Will Cook just touch it and finish it into the far post. And Nordstrom just a little uncomfortable there. That's the first time tonight we've kind of seen him be a little uncomfortable on where he is in the net.
And that's a tough play because the ball's to your right.
Yeah.
And he probably saw Cook out of his left eye, and he's like, I don't want him getting the ball.
Exactly.
But you can't cover the whole net. First, you got to cut the angle that Rebellis is on. But then, that's where a defender or a goalkeeper counts on his defense to pick that up. But things happen, and Raiders get that little more comfortable 2-0 lead. Excuse me. However, with 12 minutes left, that's still a lot of time for Eau Claire. They've shown a lot of intensity, and they've gotten close, but they haven't really knocked on the door straight up tonight. But they've definitely been close. So Raiders can't rest for a second on this. There's Henry Vandenbark tuning in. Henry, good to see you. Hope you're doing well at college. Glad you're tuning in. Henry, former star of the Hudson Raiders last year, so hope you're enjoying your first year in college. All right, down to 11 minutes. Vega on it. Vega's in with some fresh legs, and he's got legs.
Yeah, he is.
So,
nice step again by Island, and holy cow, that ball's nice.
Island making some nice plays there.
Yeah, he's really stepped up over there, coming off the bench today, and just again, a guy who works really hard, and you could see that he's really putting his all out. As again, a senior who knows what this game means. Oh, nice touch.
Vega with a nice jump there.
Yeah.
He does not. He doesn't mind putting his body into harm's way, and I love that.
Yeah, you might see him on the ground once or twice during the match, but again, just a guy who flings his body around, has fun doing it, and a guy who will be back next year as well, along this front that we have right now with Olsen and Adrian Morales and Diego Vega all coming back next year, as well as Calvin Lessard. So
yeah, it's gonna be a fun year next year.
If you're a Raiders fan, you're happy about the way the season's going now and what could be, and you're also looking at next year as hopefully we'll be right back to where we are now. And as this match ticks, it's almost 9 minutes left, and the Raiders still holding on to that 2-0 lead on an own goal by Memorial to break the scoring open, and then Will Cook with a beautiful finish to the far post.
Yeah, and right now, all of this second goal has been happening with Calvin Lessard on the sideline.
Yeah, exactly. And again,
I think Will Cook's off now too, and the Raiders are continuing to keep the pressure on offensively, and which again shows the depth of this team.
Exactly, and that's if you're a fan from another school watching right now, it's a scary thought to think that, man, these top 3 goal scorers, 2 of them are not on the field right now, and there's still guys out there that can finish the ball in the net as we approach 8 minutes remaining in this match. And again, that second goal, you can tell, kind of knocked the wind out of the sails of the Old Apes.
It's hard. The own goal is always a heartbreaker, but when it's 1-0, you can get by with that because it's easier to have a little more hope. 2 goals gets trickier, but I've seen stranger things happen in 8 minutes of soccer. So
exactly.
I don't think anybody's slowing down or giving up here in this match either way.
This Brits kind of just overruns that ball, and Drew Hudson, a guy we've kind of talked a lot about tonight, with a nice move.
Back in there.
And what a goal. Yeah, that's a beautiful finish.
That's just what we're saying. You cannot count anybody out, especially from a game like this. So
yeah, beautiful finish, and
heck of a shot.
Yeah.
I mean,
we'll see that back on
that is a pretty spectacular.
on the laptop, but
Scoring for the Old Apes,
again, just
number 4.
Hudson kind of does that all by himself
Hudson.
after ball goes out, and then he just kind of Brits overruns it, and then Hudson does the rest of it. Drew Hudson does the rest, and makes a nice nifty move and beats Strumke near post. And if you're Strumke, that's a tough save. Just a beautiful move and a beautiful left shot.
Yeah, just tough. I mean,
yeah, right-footed shot.
Defense didn't play it poorly, but it's just a great player making a great score there. And Strumke actually played it pretty well
He did.
too, but it just was tucked inside that post. So
yeah, with 7 minutes, we tick close to that 7-minute mark again. Now a 2-1 ball game, and as much as it's weird to say, that's the first goal the Raiders have given up since August 30th.
yeah,
So
no
again,
doubt.
just if you're Strumke, that one stings a little bit, but you know that look, I've played a great month and a half,
yeah.
and you're not going to hang your head, especially if you can finish this game with a W, and you know talking to him tomorrow in school and class,
Yes.
he's gonna know tomorrow that, man, I should have saved that ball. But again, just a beautiful finish by Drew Hudson, and puts the Old Abes on the board and gives them life. You can feel that energy kind of get up for the bench as well as.
Yep. Both teams will be jacked up for this, and we're moving into the last just under 7 minutes. Eau Claire's doing a sub. So they're gearing up for a final push here. Eau Claire really needs to get 2 scores here if they want to make a move.
Yeah, in the standings.
In the standings and in the seedings, because the Raiders already have the all-important first victory. So a tie only benefits the Raiders here. So Eau Claire's got a little more. They got some more work to do.
And beautiful defending there by Adrian Morales, and just working his body, looking for it. But there is nobody there. As the Raiders kind of playing a defensive-minded.
Yeah, maybe moving more into a defensive mindset.
Especially up only one goal now as Vega intercepts that pass, and again Island just with a nice step. Here comes that big ball, and looking for Hudson again, and you find him. But Britt's nice defending. Plays Strumke back. That's Quinn Packard who plays Strumke back, and Strumke will just try to clear it.
Good header there.
As we approach that 5-minute mark, and if you're the Raiders, it's you can't get comfortable, but you also know that, look, we have 5 minutes and we'll take a draw, but why not get the win here?
That's right. Thank you, Mark Lee, for checking in. We appreciate you and everyone else watching us tonight. The River Channel is always here, broadcasting the home games and quite a few away games as well. Not sure if we will be broadcasting Thursday's Raider game in New Richmond. That's close enough that sometimes we do, but we have a packed schedule right now with city events and school events. So we will see. You'll have to check the website of the Hudson Raiders for your fans from Hudson about whether that game will be televised or not. Eau Claire, I'm not sure where you're playing on Thursday and whether that'll be televised or not. But again, we'd like to thank everybody from both sides for tuning in, and it's been a great match. We've been seeing it from the beginning, and we still got 4 minutes left of excitement here, so listen on it.
Yeah, if you're just a fan of soccer, this match has been everything you could ask for and more. As we can see, the crowd looking for a foul, the Old Abe fans looking for a foul, but again, the refs kind of let them play today, and we know that.
Yeah, and I think he's kind of working for the call a little bit too.
Yeah, you could tell he's throwing the hands up, and if you're a ref, a lot of times coaches preach just don't throw your hands up. Again, it's not going to help your cause. If anything,
Nice head over. Raiders get the head out though.
Yeah, Anderson there with a nice head. And
he gets sandwiched a little bit. Pulls on it though. Brings it out wide, just a little too slow.
We'll see if that draws a card there or not. But again, Poole just not enough with the pass up to Rebellis and makes him draw a foul. But again, with the clock still ticking, so we approach the 2-minute mark, 2:30 remaining in this game, and
all right, so foul called on the Raiders, and Eau Claire gets the all-important free kick. This should give them the opportunity to put it in the scoring area. We're down to about 3 minutes left in the match.
oh, nice ball in.
Nice ball. A little bit wide, but not bad.
Strumke just, again, we'll see a big him take his time here, find an open defender, and then probably just send it deep with 3 minutes remaining in this match.
Dan Gustafson, thank you for tuning in as well. And yes, go Raiders.
Some nifty moves there by
the Raiders.
Athlete.
Players right there.
Oh, looking for his man out wide, but
nice pick off by Island.
yeah, Island kind of baited that. He kind of dropped off,
Yeah,
and
he did. It was really nicely played there.
oh, nice idea.
Little through ball.
Looking for Hudson, and Anderson putting his body on the line, and the Raiders looking to sub here. It looks like Henry Newman's trying to check into the game with about 2 minutes remaining in this match. That might just be one of those tactics of take some more time off the clock and get a fresh body on there. Vega going for that bicycle kick, and he did score a bicycle goal against Kimberly early in the season. So, I mean, we know he's got in his repertoire.
Head over, but it kind of rolls down the back of Ethan Velez there.
Oh,
he's through with it.
Strumke, big save.
Comes out aggressively.
That's big if you're an Anderson.
We're down to 1:20 now, so.
See, Anderson's down. He kind of got nicked up a little bit on that play earlier. Got kind of sandwiched, and
Clock is stopped, so as it should be at this point with an injury. Well, you know, this game will mean a lot. It also is probably not going to be the last time these two teams meet. It's very likely they'll advance through the sections and at some point play each other again. And third games are always tricky. So it'll depend on where that match is, what the weather at that time could be quite interesting too.
Because I mean, last year was we faced this Memorial squad, and it was a big shootout win in a muddy, snowy game. Actually, it snowed during that game, and again, Parker Strumke came up big, but with about near the 1 minute mark in this match, if you're the Raiders, you just get the balls deep in the Memorial zone, make them try to work this whole field all the way up, and just try to possess. And if you're Memorial, if you're a fan, if you're in the stands right now, you know they're going to be looking for Drew Hudson, the guy who finished that first goal, a guy who's got a nice leg on him, and one of their top goal scorers. So if you're Memorial, you got to try to find number 4, Drew Hudson, there.
You're seeing everything the last 10 minutes go to the left side to Hudson, and I'm sure that won't change. So, but we're down to, it's going to be under a minute by the time they can get the ball back up. So we'll see. We'll see if Hudson will have another shot to inflict some more damage on these Raiders. So we're now at that
1 minute remaining in the game. 1 minute.
If I forget at the end, just one more time, thank you everyone for tuning in to our broadcast. We appreciate all of you, and we will have more home games at some point that we will be broadcasting when the regions begin in a couple weeks. Again, not sure if we'll have any of the Big Rivers Conference matches in the next week or so on Thursday and then next Tuesday. I'm not sure if we'll broadcast those as our away games, but we will be back for the regions and home games for the section. And there's Claire's still knocking on the door with 20
seconds remaining. And nice move there.
Nice play, good clear there. These all are taking those precious seconds off the clock.
Yeah, 10 seconds remaining, and just got to get a clearance here.
9, 8.
Get a clear, boys. Get a clear.
6.
Also send it wide, and that'll do it. That'll do it, and that's a big win for the Raiders.
Thanks again for tuning in. Your Raiders take the win, 2-1 over the Old A's. Should lock up the Big Rivers Conference.
And that's the game, folks. The Raiders take a nail-biter, 2-1.
We appreciate you all. Have a good night.
Great effort from both teams tonight.